Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today, I am doing a twin flame reading video. I channel these twin flame readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for these 3 weekly reading videos, there is always an extended version in our beautiful Twin Flame Soul Tribe on Patreon as well. And all of the information on the extended reading for this video is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. The card Walking Away came out here in the upright position. I'm getting something about cherry blossoms for someone, but the message I'm getting through is walking away in order to rebuild. So I'm going to go ahead and read a bit more into this because usually these cards that come out early on are overall message cards, so they apply to both the divine feminine and divine masculine in some way, although I do have to say I am getting a lot of divine feminine energy specifically from this card. But before we channel into that message, if you would like me to channel more specifically for you and your situation, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed, because by liking and subscribing, this is a form of energetic transfer that actually allows me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you. So I want to know who is walking away in order to rebuild. Interesting. Woman holding a coin and financial constraints in the upright position. For some reason, I'm hearing this message of I'm walking away from my old way of doing things. There may specifically be someone I'm connecting in with here who is working on implementing new habits, but I feel like it runs a lot deeper than that. I feel someone here could be changing up something about their daily routine, but I'm also getting that for some, this is going to apply much more broadly to changing their approach to something that is major in their life, whether it's relationships, work, the way that they are eating or moving their body. And specifically what I'm seeing here is I'm hearing no longer holding yourself back. So let me know if that connects with anyone. By the way, if anything from this reading does resonate with you, or you would just like to share with me how you've been this week, I would love to hear from you in the comments under this video. So with financial constraints coming out here specifically, and then woman holding a coin, I also see someone shifting from a lack mentality to an abundance mindset, meaning there could be someone here who has had financial struggles or difficulties in the past or present, but I really see this person doing something to shift their mind, to shift their energy around how they create or manifest abundance in their life. This could be someone leaving a particular job that they found really restrictive to go towards something that feels more free. But really, regardless of how this applies to you, I feel like the theme is moving from restriction to freedom. The color pink might also be significant for someone. Also, the city of Paris is coming out in the love word scramble for someone. Action. Yeah, I feel that someone is starting to move forward or take action in a situation where it's like I see someone standing still for a very long time and then suddenly moving, catapulting into action. So how is someone taking action here? This could be a divine feminine healing her inner masculine energy by taking action for herself on her own goals and dreams. Again, removing those restrictions. I was going to say moving, but the word removing came out. So that word removing might also be significant to a divine feminine listening. There may be certain things that you've removed from your life in order to shift yourself in this way, in order to move from this restriction to freedom. And this may have even reflected for some divine feminines in how they are interacting with their divine masculine counterpart in the physical. You may have removed certain aspects of this physical 3D connection or disconnected, walked away in certain respects. I'm hearing walking away from the parts of this connection that didn't serve you. Because, of course, if this is a twin flame connection, which although these messages could resonate for some of you with other forms of connection, for most this is going to be a twin flame. And I'm seeing that although you are always going to be spiritually and energetically connected with this person and in that energetic relationship with them in that sense, I'm getting this energy of some divine feminines having chosen to release or remove any aspects of the 3D physical connection with their divine masculine that are no longer serving them or are no longer, I wanted to say no longer based in freedom, but I want to get more specifics on that. No longer based in unconditional love. I feel like that's what I was reaching for. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. And I'm going to pull another Moonology card here. I feel like this speaks to you, divine feminine, about believing in the impossible when it comes to yourself. I feel like many of you are expanding a vision for yourself beyond where it's ever been before. And you may actually feel this because at times you might find yourself dreaming or daydreaming about certain things in your life in a way that just feels like, wow, I've never really dreamt this big before. I've never imagined this kind of life being possible, meaning you might be really visualizing, daydreaming about, dreaming about a kind of life that you might not have access to yet in the physical world, but you are sensing that your vision has expanded around those things. And know that that is very powerful, because anytime your vision expands in that way and you find yourself dreaming bigger for yourself, that means that many of the things you've dreamt in the past are beginning to come into manifestation. And eventually, that so-called big dream that you've been imagining is going to manifest itself as well. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So who needs answers here, or what answers are coming? Okay, victory reversed, disappointments, and this is connected with love. Door to romance in the upright position. So the message I got really strongly from these two cards is that a disappointment in love for you, divine feminine, because I really feel us speaking to divine feminines here, is actually going to be opening doors for you unexpectedly. How is a disappointment in love going to lead to the opening of doors? I'm hearing it's clearing space in your life and in your hearts for this new beginning in love to come in. I'm getting something about rose petals for someone. So how is this disappointment in love leading to the opening of doors? Interesting. The card religious factors came out here. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this won't be for everyone, but I do feel that for some, if you were raised in some kind of a shaming or a restrictive kind of environment when it came to really opening yourself to love, relationships, to connection in that way, that's something being really deeply healed within you. I feel like this is happening very unconsciously, so you might not even be fully aware of it, but this is really happening through the sacral chakra. And I'm getting for some of you, this may actually lead to lower or mid back tension or pain or just like strange sensations in kind of the lower abdomen area where the sacral chakra is housed. So do be mindful of that if that is connecting with you in any kind of way. So I want to know how else doors are opening in love here. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I feel like the message with this card is Divine Feminine. You are very powerful, very magnetic at this time when it comes to really all areas of your life. This is because you've really begun to turn your focus and energy inward, and this has increased your magnetism, your manifestation power, so to speak. However, I feel your guides kind of urging you to really find clarity on what it is you want out of life, out of relationships, because the message I'm getting here is you can have, you can manifest, you can attract whatever you desire, but there is the need for a clear vision here. And I feel that for some, there could be this feeling of being a little bit unclear of what exactly you want. Specifically, I feel around love, there could be some confusion or lack of clarity around what you want that ideal relationship to look like, or how you want a particular relationship to transform. I keep seeing someone like creating a vision board, or kind of like finding a way to like make an album of pictures they find online or something that just symbolize or represents what they want out of life and love. And then with the trust card coming out, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. The message I'm getting here for you, Divine Feminine, yeah, worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I feel the message coming through so strongly is decide what you want out of your life, and including out of your love life. Be clear on that vision, put that vision together, and then release your doubts and just trust that it's coming together. Trust the universe. Get yourself into that flow state. There's nothing for you to push or chase or force here, but there is the necessity for you to have a clear vision for yourself. So I don't know who that was for. I don't feel like that will necessarily be for everyone. But if that message was for you, I do hope that reached you. And I am going to channel a final message in this reading. I will be channeling more information for you, Divine Feminine, about any guidance messages you might need to hear from your higher self, your guides, whatever divine forces you connect with, as well as more information about what could be going on in your life and how things could be moving forward for you in life and love, moving into the future. And all of that will be in the extended Patreon reading, which again is linked under the video. But for now, I'm going to pull just one starseed oracle card for you. So what is one final message for the Divine Feminines listening to this reading? All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And I'm going to read just a little bit from the guidebook here also. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance, but you are being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. Really beautiful message there. I do feel that collectively as Divine Feminines, we are really being called to reconnect more deeply with that inner voice, with what we refer to as the intuition. And so do let me know in the comments, Divine Feminine, if any of this connects with you. But I am going to be shifting into some divine masculine messages here. So what is going on for the Divine Masculine Collective? That throat chakra energy is really standing out for me. So something could be shifting in the way that a masculine communicates with others. the way in which he expresses himself more authentically, or this could specifically mean some kind of opening or deepening of communication between himself and his divine feminine counterpart. So how are things shifting for this masculine in communication? Wow, walking away. I feel like this walking away card is the push energy that causes this masculine to deepen, open his communication in a different way, or to change up the way in which he communicates. I'm hearing the divine feminine collectively isn't willing to accept anything less than total transparency, authenticity. And I feel that there may have been some masculines who were afraid to be that authentic or transparent in the past that may have led to, again, some kind of walking away or disconnection here that actually pushed, catalyzed some kind of change within the masculine. So what is this change in communication taking place within the masculine? Solar plexus chakra in the upright position, healing his sense of self-confidence or self-worth. Through a period of time with action reversed, where things might be slowing down in the 3D physical life of this masculine is what I'm getting. Or if things aren't literally slowing down, he has the feeling as though life is moving more slowly, and as though he's being put in more positions of feeling almost like stuck somewhere, feeling almost as though he is, I don't want to say stagnant, but like standing still. I feel like many masculines might have the feeling as though the world is kind of moving on around them, but they are kind of just standing there where they are, watching people kind of move on, move forward, live their lives, feeling kind of on the outside of all of it. But for the masculines experiencing this, the reason they are being placed in this position as though they are feeling like things are not moving forward or moving quickly enough in their life or in their relationships, the reason for this pause is for this really deep level healing. And right as I said, deep level healing, storm warning reversed came out in the kind of root chakra area. So just like the divine feminine is restabilizing herself, grounding herself, focusing on herself, I feel that the masculine is going through his own kind of reset here, finding peace, I'm hearing, within himself by going through this process of spiritual self-reconnection. I'm hearing facing himself for the first time for many masculines, or feeling as though they are confronting certain aspects of themselves that they have been ignoring or rejecting for a while. So I want to know what aspects of himself the masculine is facing here. The temple path uprights. Wow, really being activated to his highest path, to his divine path. How is this divine masculine being activated to his highest path? The garden and the gates in the upright position. This is really interesting for the divine masculines that have been closed off in some way in the 3D to access to their divine feminine counterpart. So in situations where the divine feminine has pulled back, withdrawn her energy a bit, set boundaries, whatever the case is, I feel like this masculine has been pushed through this loss of access to the external divine feminine to actually go within himself and really seek that reconnection with his inner divine feminine energy, leading to, of course, what we call integration and twin flame connection, this integration of his inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine, which is really aligning him with that highest path, which ironically is the path that allows the opportunity for twin flames to stabilize a 3D connection with one another in some way, whatever that looks like to them, and if they choose to do so. With the thinking man reversed, there's also a lot of ego release going on for this masculine. So I want to pull a few more cards about this. So how is the masculine here releasing his ego. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So there could be situations where there was third-party interference within the twin flame connection here, or past love interest people in this masculine's life who somehow again created this interference effect in the twin flame connection. And these energies are now being processed out, I'm hearing, released once and for all. But for those of you who this doesn't apply with in that specific way, with that release your ex phrase, I also heard release your karmic, not just in the sense of a physical 3D person, but in the sense of releasing karmic patterns and energies within the self. So I want to know what karmic patterns or energies are being released within this masculine. So the empathy card came out here, but it was reversed. So this tells me that there could have been some masculines who I'm hearing may have struggled to see both sides of a situation. This may have come out especially within conflicts or arguments. I feel like this masculine, for some reason I'm hearing some may have come across as being self-centered or self-focused. But really it was this internal blockage within themselves, representing really some form of karmic pattern that was preventing them from fully accessing that broader bird's eye view perspective in these situations and being able to essentially empathize with other people and their point of view in that way. But again, this is something really being broken down. I actually feel that for some masculines, I'm hearing someone say like, I never cry, and here I am crying all the time. I feel like there actually could be really powerful emotional release as a byproduct of this as well. So what other karmic patterns are being released within this masculine? Interesting. Ego death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, and relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So I feel there could be some masculines who have in the past been attracted to relationships or partners who weren't really the best for them, or who allowed them to continue to play out these negative behavior patterns, or people that were simply comfortable or familiar to them. But at the same time, I'm getting the word toxic, like toxic relationships that were familiar and comfortable in that way, but weren't really serving their higher good. And I feel that the circumstances recently have pushed this masculine through this ego death experience where they are releasing, letting go of those parts of themselves that caused them to be connected with people in these ways or seek out those types of relationships. They are really rising to a higher form of relationship based on true unconditional love. And again, if you've been interacting together in the 3D physical world, I just saw 333 for someone also. Also, the state of Pennsylvania came out for someone. But I see that if you've been connecting in the physical 3D world, this pattern within this masculine of choosing or moving towards relationships, again, that were karmic or that didn't serve them in that way, may have actually been some type of an issue in your connection also, although that won't be for everyone. Only take what resonates. Yeah, and interesting, door to romance reversed. So I see this kind of opposites energy taking place within the masculine and feminine, because I'm seeing that for the divine feminine, it may feel as though even if you haven't yet seen it yet in the physical world, things are beginning to move, beginning to open up when it comes to love. I see a lot of love offers, opportunities, options, potentials coming in for you, divine feminine. Some of these may even be romantic soulmate situations. And again, you do have free will here. So I'm not saying you have to choose to pursue any of those options. It's just that you are really developing this inner magnetism for love. However, I see this opposite polarity happening within the masculine energy field. It's like he's being divinely shut off from I'm hearing jumping into some kind of new relationship or connection, or feeling as though he's being blocked in love in some way, for the purpose of actually allowing this deeper level spiritual healing and ego death to take place, and to align him with that temple path, with that highest soul's path here. And the final card to come out from the Rumi Oracle here, and again, I will be channeling more in the extended version on much of this. So if you are resonating with this reading and you feel guided to check out the extended reading as well, all of the information for that is under the video. But to close out this YouTube reading here, I do just want to read a little bit from the guidebook. When you move beyond consciousness, you caress the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. Rumi. And the guidebook here also says, this oracle brings you special guidance. An offer or opportunity is on its way to you or has recently been presented. It may be an idea you have been nurturing, or one presented to you by another person. Sit with it. Do you feel exhilaration? Do you feel energy at the thought of saying yes? Then say yes. Allow yourself to receive. There is divine encouragement in taking risks that feel wild and alive to your hearts. If you find this difficult, now is the time to gently, carefully tend to the walls you once placed between yourself and life. Walls of tentativeness, excessive caution, fear of abandonment and betrayal, doubt of your own lovableness, and doubts based on past pain without substance. You are so much greater than these crumbling walls. Can you begin to unpack the bricks you mistakenly believed were essential to your safety and well-being? The oceanic world of love is your true home, and the sun is beating down upon you. Strip off your layers, run to the ocean, and dive in. So I really hope this reading resonated with someone or delivered some kind of message you need to hear today. I will be channeling more information for both the divine masculine and divine feminine, what they could be consciously thinking or feeling at this time, love messages they might have to say toward one another, and also potentially how these situations could be moving forward into the future. And all of that is in the pinned comments and description box under the video. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.